This is Rampage. It is on right now, but WWE SmackDown just ended. We're going to talk about both shows. We're going to talk about the new Captain America trailer and a whole lot more. Most importantly, your comments all stream long. My name is Zach. This is West Coast Pop. Let's kick that intro. All right, Rampage is starting right now, and SmackDown just ended. Big show, and tonight should be a fun show. So let us know what you're excited for and what you're doing this summer. We're talking about a lot. House of the Dragon. I'm gonna get my Axel F review. I also watched that new Godzilla Kong movie. I'll get my review of that. And I want your reviews on anything that you watch this summer. If you're watching The Bear, if you're watching House of Dragon, or whatever you're watching. And pardon me, I'm getting over a little cold. That's why we haven't really been on the channel lately. But if you're not familiar, we are West Coast Pop. We do the West Coast Popcast. We cover wrestling, pop culture, video games, comic books, everything under the sun. So your comments are more than welcome. And of course, welcome to the channel. Very, very happy to be here on a Friday night. 79 degrees here in Hollywood, California. Man, did you like that new trailer from Marvel? It's fresh off the Agatha trailer and going into Deadpool and Wolverine. So a lot to digest here with Marvel coming out here. But I'm excited for it. I just haven't heard the best things about it from people who have seen it here in Hollywood. So we'll see. Maybe they still have time to adjust things until February next year. But I like the trailer personally. And we'll talk about a few Easter eggs in there and who some people might be playing. But I'm excited. Let's talk WWE SmackDown. That just ended. And then we will be watching Rampage as it goes on, too. So let's go down the Rampage card really quick as we get ready for it. The lineup is right here. Let me get my pretty little face off of there. And we got a lot. We got one women's match because it's AEW, but Kings of the Black Throne. Did I miss something here on AEW? Why it's not House of Black anymore? Is it just because Julia's out and Buddy's out for a little bit? Maybe this is the new thing, but let me know. We got a nice 4-person high-flying tag match in there with Angelico, Rey Fenix, Commander, and AR Fox. Another 6-man tag in there. The 6-man tag title is up for grabs now, apparently, both sets of them. We'll find that out. But Roderick Strong also in action. Thunder Rosa, always a pleasure to see her. But that is what's on right now. Give us your thoughts as you're watching. What just happened was WWE SmackDown. Let's get into the review as we talk about it. In a very opening match, Nia Jax faced Michin, started to put Bayley in her place a little bit as she is going to head into SummerSlam to face her being Queen of the Ring. So we have that to look forward to. And then what that led to was more smack talk in here. And we got Tiffany Stratton being muscled into not cashing in for Money in the Bank. We're going to do these teases. We don't know how long, and we don't know who Tiffany Stratton is going to cash in on ultimately. I don't know who she would cash in on or when I would have her cash in. So let me know your comments on that. Let me know when you think Tiffany Stratton should cash in and who you think it should be on. Do you even think Nia Jax should beat Bayley at SummerSlam? I don't. I'd like to see a little bit more from Bayley's run as champion. I think it's been very mid so far. A lot of promos, segments on SmackDown and whatnot, but I would just really like to see a little bit more from Bayley's title run. Me personally, I'm a big fan of Bayley. But Nia Jax putting her on the spot tonight and putting Tiffany Stratton in check. I don't think we'd see a face turn with Tiffany Stratton. I wouldn't want to see a face turn with Tiffany Stratton. You got other faces here that can work. But let me know in the comments. Let me know what you think. I can't. Nia Jax is funny and all, but like some of the stuff that she does is just wild. It is just wild. Holy moly. Ace Ventura would be proud. All right, we move on. Some of the best comedic work in wrestling on screen right here. I love all 4 of these people. Piper Niven reading a book on how to start a cult. weird, but also it makes sense with the White Six going on. Very funny stuff. And we also see the big three in there, letting everyone know that Nick Aldis isn't even there tonight. I'm a little out of order here. I did watch it a little out of order because of where I am. SmackDown doesn't come live here in Los Angeles for another hour. So that's when it comes pre-taped here in LA. So if there's something I didn't hit, leave a comment and let me know. But I do want to see more of the big three together. I like them together, I like their chemistry together. I don't know if it's going to be a Jade Cargill heel turn, and then you go through Naomi, and then you go through Bianca at WrestleMania, or what it is. I want to see some more cohesiveness between the three. But let me know what you think. I'm a big fan of the big three. You could do more with Chelsea Green with any combination of these women. So that's what I'd like to see. And of course, Piper Niven versus Jade Cargill could be a big match at a big pay-per-view. So it's got the works for it. It's got the legs. Another backstage segment. Byron, where have you been? Saxton interviewing Andrade. And I love that they let Andrade talk in Spanish and then they put subtitles on there. It's great. His English is, well, it's good enough. Mine isn't, apparently. But his English is very, very good enough for the subtitle thing that they just did tonight. And now we have Carmelo Hayes stepping into it with Andrade. That's what is apparently next for Andrade. And let me know what's going on Rampage. TNT app never wants to work. I cannot wait. We're going to talk about the deal with Warner Brothers coming up because it's stuff like this that makes me wish AEW would just like get away from Warner Brothers. We'll talk about it, and I love your comments on it. I can't stand the Warner Brothers faculties. But this is a match. It kind of boggles my mind because both men need to win. Both men need a push. Both men need something big, and that's going to be a win against each other. I don't like these kinds of matches. I like them on paper. I like the matches themselves. I just don't. There's like no real winner, I guess. That's what I'm trying to say. This match, though, man, was this fun. What, Baron Corbin, is he getting over? Is he getting over? Tony Schiavone on Rampage right now calling the matches, so the TNT app is kicking again. This match was fun. This match is what a mid-show match should be. Apollo and Corbin really working well together. I do like these two. One of the Colognes just re-signed for, I think, 3 years, so we'll see some stuff from them coming up. I do believe they're one of the most underrated tag teams on the roster right now. Pretty Deadly will probably get a push. And as we saw a little bit later, I'm sure the Bloodline will get some kind of a tag push before the Colognes do. But I do believe once the Bloodline is done, you got to push the Colognes into the tag team. But this was fun. Is Baron Corbin getting over with you? He's getting over with me. Again, don't ruin him. And I'm glad Apollo's on TV. Backstage. Another backstage segment, but I got to highlight this. We're gearing up towards it. We're getting there. Legacy. It's such a shame we will not get the third member of Legacy involved in this. I know it would just be a blow-off match having Ted DiBiase Jr. in there, but he's not coming back legally. Let's just say I'm looking forward to this match, though. This, to me, would be Cody's big match at WrestleMania. I know some people want it for SummerSlam, but I do believe Cody's going for Solo at SummerSlam. But this is the big money match for Cody at WrestleMania this year. They're talking about the biggest match that you could possibly have at WrestleMania. That's Roman and The Rock. Make it happen. This is Cody's big match. This is what I'd love to see. So let me know your thoughts on that. The Legacy match. This is it. This is the continuation of the story. It's sitting right there. Do it. Randy's winding down. Bryan Danielson's winding down. John Cena's winding down. Thank God. Dustin's winding down. There's a lot of people winding down in the next year or two. So please give me this match at Mania. Give Randy that big match. Yeah. LA Knight has an official match for SummerSlam. Logan Paul, you keep running. You can't hide when you go to the destination for summer vacations, Cleveland, Ohio. I'm excited for this. I think he's going to get the belt. The strap is going to go on LA Knight. He's going to get his push that we all want. And hopefully once they go to Netflix, you're going to see more of a Final Boss Rock version of LA Knight. I hate the comparison with The Rock all the time with LA Knight, but it's there. All right. Brody King, the beast, just roaming around the ring right now, taking control. Mark Sterling's still there. Yeah, some people not with the AEW as well. We'll talk about that later. Anyways, let me know what you want to see from LA Knight. Do you want to see him take the title, get Logan Paul out of there for a few months? That's what I'm looking for. Yeah. All right. Gargano and Ciampa, they retain. But then what happens? Jacob Fatu happens. He not only happens to the losers, Austin Theory and Grayson Waller, but then he happens to the champions. One man takes out 4 people. Normally, I wouldn't like this booking, but it's Jacob Fatu. And if you haven't seen Jacob Fatu, do the research, look up his matches. We have something on our channel. Knock and I went and saw him at Wrestling Revolver. He fought Masha Slamovich. It was so fucking great. It was just, man, Jacob Fatu taking out 4 people. I'm okay with this. What do you think? Are you okay with this? Does this diminish 2 tag teams? Or does this just set up Jacob Fatu as being a beast for mid-card title or main title? And there we go. Kings of the Black Throne pick up the win right there on Rampage. We'll finish up SmackDown in a second here. One more slide to go. But there are your winners right there on Rampage. Premier Athletes, surprise, surprise, take the loss. All right, they do see the House of Black still. All right, next up, Top Flight and Action Andretti. All right, let's finish up SmackDown here again. We're going to talk a lot of stuff. Give me your comments all night long. We're trying this new on Twitter, so if you got Twitter comments, I'll see if I can see them on here. I don't see them pop up so far, but I'll double check in here after we run through SmackDown. Last thing that happened on SmackDown, the Bloodline happened. Randy Orton taken out. We're in the middle of summer. They revealed a SummerSlam poster that we'll look at in a little bit. It's I think it's going to be Solo and Cody. And then you're going to have Jacob Fatu and Randy as SummerSlam. Let me know your thoughts on what you think it's going to be. I'm just going to run here and check out the Twitter comments, see if I can find anything on here. Leave comments. Let us know what you think. I'd love to know your thoughts on this. A lot of different takes, a lot of different avenues that tonight's SmackDown could have set up. But Randy Orton just taking it. The Bloodline does look strong. We need to see more from some other people, but man. All right, let's check it out here. All right, if you got some comments, I'll comment back on Twitter. They're not popping up here on Streamlabs, but this is our first time trying it. So I appreciate you checking us out here on Twitter, on YouTube, however you're checking us out. Again, my name is Zach. This is West Coast Pop. We got Eric and Knock out there. And we got some changes in our schedule coming up, which we might talk about later. We might not, because we can't talk about one of them. That's SmackDown. What'd you think? What were your thoughts of SmackDown? Did you enjoy it? Was it a good summer episode of SmackDown? SmackDown's in a tough spot because it's on Friday night, right? A lot of people are out and about doing stuff. They're going to the movies. They're going to parties. They're going to games. They got things going on with kids. A lot of things going on Friday nights. Some people are, on dates, on vacation. But you got SmackDown. You got Rampage on Friday nights. And I think SmackDown, at least. Rampage is a little sketchy. SmackDown has been delivering Friday nights. So It's funny because wrestling right now is usually at a dull point. This summer's been hot on all occasions, especially check out the end of Dynamite this week. That was hot. SummerSlam's heating up. That's hot. The last WWE PLE was hot. Good time to be a wrestling fan. That's SmackDown. SmackDown was good. SmackDown was good. Again, if you're watching this on the West Coast, it comes on in about 45 minutes. But now we are watching Rampage. It is a commercial break. So you know what? Get your comments in. We'll talk. We'll chat. Let me just double check here. All right. Let's talk some news and rumors so I can get your take. We'll talk about House of the Dragon if you watch that. I'll give a couple movie reviews, including Axel left a little bit later. And we're going to keep watching Rampage live. And again, all show long, feed me some comments on what you thought of SmackDown. Just because we stopped talking about it doesn't mean we stopped talking about it. All right. Let's get into some news and rumors. I'll get my pretty little face out of here. And if you have anything that I missed, leave a comment. Let me know. And we're going to talk Godzilla, Kong, the New Empire. I did watch that last weekend. I guess my face kind of spoiled that. Rampage is up. The conglomeration. I'm sorry. I just got to see. The Ring of Honor World Champion, Mark Briscoe. I think we can assume who's going to be in the blood and guts thing. We're going to talk about that in a little bit too. It's important. All right. Pardon me again, just getting over a really bad cold. But yeah, we have Roderick Strong coming out now. Your thoughts on this stable? The Undisputed Kingdom is, oh man, they need to break up because it's like walking around with like a bad tattoo or something. I would not want to be a part of this stable. I wouldn't wear this shirt. I do not like this theme song. There's so much of the Undisputed Era that I just can't get with. Let me know your thoughts here. His opponent, Ben Bishop. Ben Bishop used to be a goaltender for the Ottawa Senators. Hey, there you go. Good for Ben Bishop. Roderick Strong will beat Ben Bishop. Let's start the clock here. How long do you think Ben Bishop will last against Roderick Strong here on Rampage? I'm pretty sure this is going to be the Blood and Guts team. The people at the announce table against the Elite and their surprise person. All right. I got 7:20 here in Hollywood. The match has started. The bell has rung. Bishop is a strong guy. Excuse me, a tall guy. I don't know how strong he is. Not like he used a over-the-top simulator to show his strength. He's like a switch. Hey. How's the air up there? Hilarious joke. How often do you watch Rampage? Do you watch it weekly? Do you not watch it weekly? Again, with Collision. Very interested in what the Rampage viewership is among people. I used to do this every Friday night, and then, yeah, Rampage just kind of, became what it became. All right, we'll keep a track here on the clock here. We got 1 minute into the match. Let's get into some news and rumors. Again, if you got any news and rumors, anything you want to talk about, hit up the comments. The easiest way to do it is through YouTube. So if you're watching this on Twitter, if you leave a comment, I will hop on after we end here at the end of Rampage. That's when the stream will end. So let's get into this right here. WWE is discussing hosting the 2024 Survivor Series in LA right here. There we go. Less than 2 minutes. The bell rang. Roderick Strong won in less than 2 minutes. All right. I would love it. This place is opening up. This stadium is opening up soon. This summer, I do believe. A brand new place here in LA. I would love it. We will go to Survivor Series, War Games, if it is War Games, here in LA. And if you're going to come out to LA for it, let us know. But I'm excited. Great place. A lot of stuff going on around that area and a lot of big events coming to that place. I forgot the name of it because it's so brand new. Next up that we talked about here, keep an eye on the next two Dynamites. The 250th episode of Dynamite, we have two matches. That's next week. This is Wednesday. Will Ospreay versus MJF. Pretty huge match, right? Swerve Strickland versus Kazuchika Okada. Pretty huge match, right? Both happening next week on free TV. Then the week after that, Blood and Guts. Pretty huge match, right? Let's talk about why these are big really quick. The timetable for the expiration date for the deal with AEW and Warner Brothers Discovery is closing in this month. So the whole purpose is to make these shows big. I don't know how big of a ratings play in the factor with Warner Brothers Discovery, because no matter what they put on, AEW is blowing the movies that they put on out of the water ratings-wise. So if people want to talk about ratings and bitch and moan about that, you can here and there if you want. But for Warner Brothers, I don't know exactly what they're looking for. But Tony Khan and the team are stacking the next two up because the deadline is coming up in the next 2 to 3 weeks for the new deal to come through. So he wants to stack these two Dynamites up to get, good revenue share with WB and good time slots and whatever. He just wants the good packages that they can offer rather than being shoved on like True TV or some other ridiculous situation. So keep an eye on the next two Dynamites. Let's all watch them, enjoy them, and see what Tony Khan has in store for us. And if you want to talk Blood and Guts, who are the other people? I do believe the other people joining Mark Briscoe are the other people at the announce desk with one or two others, and then the Elite and one other person. I don't know who will join them. So let me know in the comments who you think is going to join the Elite and who do you think is going to join Team AEW. The first guy is not really an AEW guy joining Team AEW, but AEW logic. All right, next up here, MLW. This is on right now. You can watch this after you watch my pretty little face on YouTube live. Blood and Thunder. MLW is giving this for free tonight on YouTube. You can see the entire card. I take myself off. And let me take this off right here. You can see the entire card there. The women's match on the bottom. Paul Walter Hauser is going to speak at this. And then otherwise, the whole card's there for you. You got Contra represented by Kruger and Suzuki. You can find out who Selena's baby daddy is. And then the main event is Matt Riddle versus Sami Callihan. MLW, I don't know how to sum up how I feel about MLW. I don't dislike MLW. MLW is just something that is, I don't think has found itself yet, but I can't really fully blame them because it's almost like MLW can be a pit stop for some people rather than a home like it was for Hammerstein or Hammerstone and Jacob Fatu. Jacob Fatu was phenomenal in MLW and built a name and actually helped build the MLW name in the past 5 years, along with Hammerstone and Contra and Cesar Duran and some other people there. So if you want, after this, give there you are, their new pay-per-view a watch. Tonight it is free. They had their last Battle Riot for free on YouTube, but it's things you got to do. Get your name out there. If you have a strong card, maybe this will get them word of mouth and make them one of the bigger ones out there. Oh, and Helico stop the count right there. All right. The new SummerSlam poster is out. It is the new Bloodline. They're just rolling. They're driving. You can tell what a destination place Cleveland is for summer with that backdrop right there. A lot of fun memes already out there with them rolling up to In-N-Out Burger and whatnot. One match was official before tonight, but now we have three. The one match, obviously, Volter versus the champion, Damian Priest. I'm excited for this match. Two big men. You can see the stuff online, their journey from where they were when they started to now. Very impressive. The other one, Bailey versus Nia Jax. And of course, now Logan Paul versus LA Knight. Yeah. So that's SummerSlam so far. Let me know what other matches you think are going to happen. Also, this poster. What does this poster say? I'm going to screw this up all night. What does this poster say to you? This faction is on the poster. Not a champion, not a Money in the Bank holder, not a celebrity, not Logan Paul. Roman Reigns could possibly be coming back. Why? Because he does not want to spend his summer in Cleveland. He wants to spend his fall in Los Angeles and set up the Bloodline Civil War here in Los Angeles for War Games. And that will set up Roman Rock at WrestleMania. You think? Am I wrong? Let me know. All right, another commercial break here on Rampage. Again, my name is Zach. Thanks for spending your Friday night with me. Let me know what you're doing for the summer. Let me know what you're doing for fun, what you're watching, if you're going on vacation, if you're just chilling right now, if you're getting over a cold like I am. But this is it right now. Top Flight and Action Andretti versus Shane Taylor Promotions is coming up next, I do believe. We got Rey Fenix, Angelico, Commander, and AR Fox right now on Rampage. All right. That is it. That is SummerSlam. If there's any other matches you think are going to happen, let me know. I do believe you can get 2 more Bloodline people fighting the tag champs. This is fun. Let me know your thoughts on this. And if you stumbled across this week, this has been going around, and I just want to get people's thoughts on this right here. These are rejected proposals for NWO logos for when Hogan, Nash, and Scott Hall came in before the No Way Out pay-per-view in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. What do you think of these? Are any of these something that you could have gotten with? Do you think any of these are a nice refresh to the the NWO logo that we're used to? Or do you think these just would have set up like their WCW logo was to WCW fans, just like this kind of bad taste in your mouth kind of meh kind of thing? The only ones I don't like the one with the WWF logo in there. Because again, this is when WWF and Vince really wanted to rewrite history, right? They wanted to rewrite the entire storytelling of WCW's history. The only one I kind of like get with is the red swoosh underneath the W in the second one going down. Because it makes sense with what it says on the one above that one, lethal injection, which was what Vince talked to himself in the mirror about injecting his own company with. So I get that. But then you kind of cancel out what the NWO is about, and that's being against the establishment. I don't know. I do not like the ones below doing the now and the OWN. And yeah, I'm just glad they left it alone. It just worked better. Rampage is back right now. But let me know what you think of those NWO rejected logo ideas that's been going around the internet this week. And again, if you have any news or rumors, pop them in the chats, pop them in the comments, let us know. And if you do comment, and if you're not watching this live or I don't get your comment, trust me, we go back, we comment on everything you comment on. So you will not be forgotten. I got you. Rampage up right now. We are going to talk about the new Captain America trailer in a bit. Let's do after this match here on Rampage. We'll talk about the new Captain America trailer. Then we're going to give a couple movie reviews. And we'll talk House of the Dragon really quick. If you don't watch House of the Dragon, don't worry. It's going to be a quick update. So this is Rampage. What'd you think of Dynamite? What'd you think of the end of Dynamite with Mariah May turning on Tony Storm? I do believe, and again, this has been going on the internet too. You can double check, watch the movie, All About Eve. Turner Classic Movies put out a post that it was a different movie. I do believe Turner Classic Movies might have gotten it kind of right, but the overall storytelling is All About Eve. Not Mommy Dearest. I think that's the one that Turner Classic Movies had on there. DDT on AR Fox. Anybody gone to any AEW shows recently? Knock and I went to Full Gear back in November. Yes, the Kia Center was packed. There were no dead spots on the hard cam side. What can Rampage do to really differentiate itself? There are a lot of people on Rampage, like in this match right now tonight, that don't get shine on Dynamite anymore because TK's found new toys. What can Rampage do? I don't subscribe that Rampage should be an all-women's show because I think women should be included on all shows because otherwise a lot of people will skip the all-women's show because of ignorance. I don't think it should be 1 hour of like cruiserweights either. I do believe every show should kind of mix and match what they have going on their product. It'd be a showcase, but Rampage just needs something, some kind of a refresh. I don't know if I do this to Rampage or Ring of Honor, but I make it smaller, and I hate to compare it to NXT, and I don't think it should go that small. But I think they should do smaller arenas and do their own show. Honestly, you pre-tape Rampage. This Rampage has been pre-taped for, I think, 2 weeks now. Do that. Do little Rampage tours where you do your tapings of Collision or your Dynamite. Smaller venues, more intimate setting. You can do them opposite nights that you do your TV tapings and give it a different feel. Give it a refresh. German suplex on the floor. Nope. Ric Flair is apparently done with AEW, and so is CJ Perry. I think there was one other one out there, but if you came across any other ones that are done with AEW recently, that's one of the reasons why you haven't seen the Woo Energy Drink logos anywhere on screen here. Oh, I thought Air Fox was taking the pin. All in August 25th. What do you think of the 2 matches so far? Swerve, Bryan Danielson. Ooh, submission hold. Ray Fenix with a submission hold. I always forget about submission holds because in most cases, unless it's someone's finisher, they get broken up. All right. They're showing the Jericho Samoa Joe bit from Dynamite right here. If you weren't aware, see, I don't mind this. They just set up a bunch of 2x4s and drywall, and I'm fine with that. Samoa Joe gonna go back and film season 2 of Twisted Metal. I think it goes until September. What do you think of Twisted Metal? I wasn't a big fan. Sorry. Didn't really like Twisted Metal. I fucking hate this character. I hate this character. Brian Keith isn't the bounty hunter anymore. He's just like some schlub. We saw Brian Keith live too at an indie show here in Los Angeles. Super talented. Great stuff. I hope the Jericho effect doesn't affect Brian Keith. He's very talented. He should have been a hitman in AEW. Brian Keith should have been a hitman for hire. That people hire to take out wrestlers that they are going to be facing or that might be in their way of a championship belt. And so Brian Keith should have been used when he got brought in, but now he's with Jericho. We we just talked about Tony Khan heavily booking the next 2 episodes of Dynamite. TV time with Chris Jericho is going to be one of those segments. You know what? Unfortunately, it is one of the most highest rated segments that they put on AEW. Crap. All right, let me know what you're watching on TV. Are you watching The Bear? What are you watching? Let's talk about something that is going on. I'll get there. Hold on. We're going to talk about House of the Dragon. That's what we're going to talk about. I'm getting there. Let's talk about House of the Dragon. Are you watching House of the Dragon? We watch House of the Dragon. We had to stop doing the House of the Dragon recaps because of things going on. I'm doing comedy here in LA. Knock has been doing some big time LA stuff that we can't talk about. Knock will be away from the channel for a bit. And that's all I can say. It's good stuff. It's all good stuff. That's all I can say. Big things, big LA things. So if you want to leave a nice comment for Knock, give him a nice congratulations. The guy's been busting his ass here in LA, and some things are paying off for him. So, all right, but let's just talk House of the Dragon, shall we? All right, if you haven't watched House of the Dragon, I do implore you to watch it. It is a very good watch. Short seasons, and boy, did this episode not disappoint. Dance with the Dragons. If you watch the episode, this is we were talking about it, a slow burn building up after the past few episodes, and it delivered this time. Dragons fighting, deaths, possible deaths, some people coming back from horrific deaths. Dragons might be coming back from horrific deaths, but this is it. This is what we want from the series. This was Game of Thrones. This was House of the Dragon, what we wanted. Comment if you like the episode. Knock and I loved it. We're talking back and forth in our chat. Oh, good to have the show back. Very good. Everything was good. It not only just set up the rest of the episode, it entertained the hell out of us. They did all this in about an hour, and there's so much that could be dissected from this episode. We'll see how it plays out, because it is going to be different from the novel, which neither nor I read. But if you read the novel, let us know what the comparisons are from this compared to the TV show. But this is great. House of the Dragon really delivered this week, and I think this next week we have more questions that might be answered. But the important thing is we were unbelievably entertained this week. So House of the Dragons, welcome back. All right, we got the women's match right now. Rachel Ellering versus Thunder Rosa. Let us know your thoughts on Rampage so far. And again, comment on what you had in mind for SmackDown. Did you like? Did you not like? Ooh. Rachel almost with the pin on Thunder Rosa. And again, if you are commenting, StreamYard is throwing some things at me here. I cannot get to the comments, so leave comments. I will comment later right after this. We have about 20 minutes left of the stream. Got a couple movie reviews left. And up next, we are going to talk about Captain America, the new trailer that came out today. So comment. I will respond after this. And again, if you are watching us on YouTube, hit me up with a comment, make sure all this is working. First time testing this on X. So thank you for joining us if this is your first time. Thunder Rosa. Nice move. Good drop kick against the rope right there. Matt Menard, way better on commentary than he is doing those goofy-ass intros. Glad he is away from Jericho. All right, let's talk about it. It's in the thumbnail. It was all over any form of social media that you watched today. Let's talk about Hi, NWO. Let's talk about the new Captain America trailer. What did you think of it? There's a lot to dissect. A lot of things were in this trailer. And this was considered a teaser trailer. Clocked in at about a minute and a half. But there's a lot. Harrison Ford as the new General Ross. Talk about shaving the mustache. Which I get. Seeing the Red Hulk with a mustache in the comics was a little bit off to me. No, there we go. Deanna Purrazzo in there. Sorry, we're watching Rampage while we talk about all this fun stuff here. There's a lot to digest here. So, if you look at some of these scenes here, one that's not in here, there is I think they're in the White House walking, and there's like a team in the background blurred out, but in the foreground, you can see a hand that is green. So I do believe the leader is going to be in here in some way, shape, or form, but I do believe it's going to be possibly his true form. Oh, so much to unpack in this trailer. The main thing is we get the Red Hulk, and we're getting it in a savage way. General Ross, I do believe, is there's so many different forms of what this plot is for this movie, because it got rewritten about 3 times. Seth Rollins and the Serpent Society has reportedly been taken out. They were in the main battle at the end, and reportedly it didn't test well, just from what I've heard here from people posting who saw the movie in Hollywood. But let me go back one, and then if you go down to the third on the left, that is Sam as Cap flying around in a fight scene around the fallen Eternal that has been in the ground since the end of that movie. So the rumored plot is, since Wakanda doesn't share their adamantium, General Ross and other people, possibly like the leader or other world leaders, are going after the Titan, the Eternal that fell into the ocean and is now like an island, because that Eternal is made up of a new substance, stronger or equal to, we'll see how they do in the MCU, to vibranium. And that substance is adamantium. See how that ties into this month's Deadpool and Wolverine? So that's the rumored plot. And General Ross wants to be the first to get at it. We'll see, but the Red Hulk is there. I'm very excited. Esposito's character, he is not playing Norman Osborn. I want that like thrown out the window. Please, he's not playing Norman Osborn. He's rumoredly playing George Washington Bridge. I'm not super familiar with the character. I just know that he's going to be kind of, I don't want to compare him to the Winter Soldier in Captain America 2, but he's going to be the thorn in the side of Captain America and possibly the new Falcon in certain steps of the plot for the new Captain America movie. But again, there's a lot to dissect here. That's awesome. Let me know your thoughts on everything that was in this trailer. The biggest thing was the Red Hulk. The Red Hulk is going to be fierce. It's going to be a big bad. And I think it's going to be a smart General Ross. So if you think about that, pardon me, that was gross. If you think about that, we have kind of made the regular Hulk into a cardigan wearing, awkward son having hero. I'm not against it. It's just like I miss this kind of a Hulk. So we're gonna get that kind of a Hulk with the Red Hulk. So I'm looking forward to it. And then hopefully Mark Ruffalo tweeted something out after the trailer was released today. Hopefully we get the version of the Hulk we have in a more pure Hulk form and get a nice Hulk battle, either in here or in Secret Wars. But let me know what your thoughts are. Did you like it? This February 14th. I think it had like 3 reshoots, a couple script changes. Seth Rollins and the Serpent Society are no longer in it. We'll see what it ends up. Yeah. Okay. All right. Top Flight and Action and Dread are coming out right now. This is the main event coming up. So let me know how your Friday night's going and what you're really enjoying here going on in the world of comics, movies, TV, wrestling, video games, or nature. If you're out and about doing some good fun summer stuff, let me know. Overall, I gotta say, I did like this trailer. There's a lot to dissect. It feels like Winter Soldier, and that's what I'm happy about. The Agatha trailer, I think it looks fine. I think that's what the Disney Plus shows should be. I don't want to say throwaways, but we're in a spot with Marvel where they just wanted all these characters out there. Disney Plus shows, all these characters included in the movies, so they could have an even bigger endgame moment, portal moment in Secret Wars. If you can, find one of the 2 Secret Wars and just read them. They're just fun reads. It's not going to spoil anything for the movies because they're clearly doing something different. But if you can find the original one from the 80s where it has Spider-Man, like, oh, when he gets the black suit, that's like mid-series, or the one with Battle World. Both very cool. I think they're going to lean more towards Battle World with this one so they can kind of rewrite history, especially since the Fantastic Four movie supposedly does not take place in our time. But again, rumors. All rumors. So that's it. Leave your comments. Again, if I don't comment live right now, I will comment afterwards. After this goes off the air, I'm hitting you all up. I'm like, huh? Yeah, oh, I believe it. Same here. I know. Oh, lame. I know. That's going to be me after this. All right. I do have a couple movie reviews coming up here as we get into our main event. I got it right this time. Our main event of Rampage. They're really building to a big match between Thunder Rosa and Deonna Purrazzo. I know they've been feuding for a while, but I do wish some kind of a big match might be set. They should do a big blow-off match the same night as Blood and Guts. I know you don't want to do like hardcore matches back-to-back in the same night, but some kind of a cool match for both of them because Deonna Purrazzo doesn't feel like as big of a deal as she was when she brought in. Now that Mercedes is here, but she needs to feel like a big deal again. All right. Lee Moriarty is really good too. He's been doing a lot of independent stuff. If you want, look around for independent wrestling. I really do implore you. I know some of these aren't as kid friendly. So if you do have kids, you can't bring them to like an AEW show, a TNA show, or a WWE show. They are a little more like accessible though to non-wrestling fans because they are a little more intimate, and you get to hear things that go on in the ring. You get to see things up close more. Very cool. If you can, there's GCW that's out there if you like really hardcore stuff, but they do have a lot of stuff that's not just hardcore in their shows. You can check out Wrestling Revolver. I highly recommend the Sami Callihan's promotion. Again, he's on tonight live on YouTube, MLW. Pardon me, I'm just dying. It's okay. I'll make it under 10 minutes. What's another one that we saw that was really good? Let us know in the comments. Any independent wrestling promotions that you know that are out there, put them in the comments so people can look them up, find where they're going to be, and go see independent shows. They really are something a little bit more special. It's reminds me of like MTV Unplugged kind of thing. You're seeing the artist a little more up close and a little more intimate. Jacob Cobb, for instance, he's so hilarious and he does so many like intricate little things and talks to the audience as the match is going on. He's one of my favorites to watch on the indies. But that's one of the nice things about AEW. These talents can still go do these bookings. I kind of think it's like hey, you can go do all these bookings. Welcome to AEW, but also you should go do all these bookings because I got nothing for you in AEW. All right, let me do a couple movie reviews really quick. I watched a couple movies last week, and I will give you my ratings on them. I am here in Hollywood. I am very picky about movies. I am jaded because I know how the hot dogs are made. But I do have very limited time. So now, compared to how I used to be watching movies a couple years ago, I am a little more relaxed and I enjoy them. Let's start with one that I enjoyed. I saw this at the Egyptian here in Hollywood. It's a Netflix theater because I do not have Netflix. They're showing Beverly Hills Cop Axel F. This is the fourth one in the series. I'm not a big fan of these movies that come back and reintroduce old characters. They kind of seem like cash grabs, right? I think a lot of us are on the same page about these movies. Beverly Hills Cop is, I do believe I can go on record saying is my favorite movie of all time. I absolutely love that movie. I can watch that movie anytime, any day. I have the soundtrack on vinyl, on cassette, on CD, downloaded. I have it in any available format because I just love it. I hate Beverly Hills Cop 3. Absolutely hate that movie. And I really like part 2. This movie, I got to give a solid B plus to. Not quite an A minus, just because it doesn't look like part 1 and part 2. Part 1 and part 2 have these looks about filming here in LA. There's just a thing at like when the sun starts going down, you can kind of see in the background of this picture. It doesn't have it. It's a very clean looking movie. That's like my only like big gripe about it. Other than that, I enjoyed the hell out of this movie. As a huge fan of the first two, I highly recommend checking this out, especially if you have Netflix. Just sit down on the couch and watch this. Came in just under 2 hours. It was very cool seeing it here in Hollywood. Got to see some people that were in the movie and some people that made the movie in the audience. Very cool. If you ever come to visit Hollywood, go see a movie here in town, and you'll see people stay for the credits and applaud because they'll stay and see their friends' names on there, whether it's an actor, someone who worked on sound or digital or stunts. Very cool thing to see a movie here in Hollywood. But this movie, I absolutely loved it. I thought this is one of the best reboot kind of like revamp things, sequels in years. If you enjoyed the Scream kind of reboots in the last two movies, I thought this was better than those, and those I thought were better versions of what we've been getting. I did not like Coming to America. Good Burger 2 is not good. But see this movie. I highly recommend Beverly Hills Cop, Axel F. Love it. This movie I didn't like. Holy crap. This picture sums up what this movie was to me. All of a sudden, Kong is like a sprinter. They give him a gauntlet. They just had this thing laying around and like, oh yeah, this thing. They fly it in and like the technology is all like, everyone's super cool with these Titans all of a sudden. Godzilla, he can jet too. There's so much I didn't like about this movie. I'll give this a C minus because there was some entertaining stuff out there on it. Some of the fight scenes were good. But all in all, this kind of shat on the whole Kong Skull Island. I don't want to give away stuff in case you haven't seen it. It did just hit Max on the 4th of this month, so I'm going to give this a C minus. Let me know your thoughts on this movie if you did see it. It just, the first Godzilla was cool, slow moving. Everyone was like, holy crap, what is this giant thing? And now everyone's kind of like chill with these Titans. Also, I haven't seen the Apple Plus show, but why is that show on Apple Plus, not Max? Just common sense thinking. I don't know. Anyways, let me know your thoughts on Godzilla, Kong, The New Empire. Iron Long Legs. I've not seen this movie. I was supposed to go to a special event a few weeks ago. You remember on the channel, I was supposed to go to a movie. This was it. And then I got invited to the premiere, but I had something else going on here in town, and that took priority. If you go see Long Legs, please come back and leave a comment on this stream. I'd love to know your thoughts on it. I've heard a lot of like crazy things about it, and I'm a huge horror fan. So let me know your thoughts about it. Long Legs coming out. It is out now, and it is tracking very well. And it is, I think, Neon's biggest film so far for an opening weekend, or is on pace to be. So, yeah, support horror movies. All right, but here we are with Rampage, the main event. If you subscribe to Honor Club, go check out old ROH stuff with Shane Taylor Promotions. Great faction. Shane Taylor's phenomenal. I don't feel him or his faction taken off like they should have in this version of them in AEW and ROH. A Go-Go's still around, man. Every time he pops up on screen, I'm like, oh yeah, you. Again, if you're commenting, I apologize. I cannot see the comments. We're trying something new at Twitter. I will go back and make sure I respond to you because it's our favorite part about this channel. The conversations, the interactions, and your thoughts on stuff. If you're new to the channel, disagree with us if you do. We love disagreeing. I don't love disagreeing to like an idiot, but we love discussion. You know, you might see something in a certain way that I didn't. Maybe you saw some fun stuff in Godzilla Kong New Empire that I didn't. So that's all I'm saying. Oh, Matt Menard. We're talking about we need a refresh for Rampage. Matt Menard he's a step in the right direction. Any other matches you want to see all in London? Any other matches you want to see for SummerSlam? August is going to be a big month. Nice span of time between SummerSlam and All In. A couple of these pay-per-views, man. Too close. Too close. Man. July is like halfway over. The summer is halfway over. Make sure you get out there and do something fun. Get some sun. A lot of good high-flying stuff on here. Again, they're doing a lot of recording of the same nights for shows. I do believe this one was pre-recorded because they're doing a Dynamite and Collision taping. They got to stop with that too because that can kill a crowd. You can see half of this crowd too is kind of out of it. Shane Taylor can move for his size too. That's another nice thing about him and his matches. He can work with many different kinds of people. Anybody else super happy John Cena's going to retire? What a great day. I've rewatched that clip so many times. Tears of joy in my eyes. The end of 2025 is going to be fantastic. Matt Menard. Shane Taylor. He's looking to finish him. Tony Schiavone. He's the go-go. Another big shot from Shane Taylor. And that's it. Shane Taylor ends the whole thing. All right, that's it. Shane Taylor Promotions wins it. That is Rampage. What are your thoughts on Rampage? What are your thoughts on that on SmackDown? Anything stand out for you? Getting more SummerSlam matches. That's pretty cool. Yeah. A lot of cool stuff going on this summer, man. And again, wrestling is back. Not like it went anywhere. It was a dull time. There was an old piece of crap who was in charge of WWE that mailed it in between Big Four pay-per-views. Not anymore. That is it. That's Rampage. That was the new Hulk trailer. That was a whole lot of stuff we talked about. If you have comments, make sure you comment. I love to comment back. But yeah, Friday night, I had a good time with you. Hope you had a good time too. Look at that. Rocking in the plane right now. Now, hopefully after the weekend. It's Friday night. Start with that. West Coast pop. Keep an eye on the channel. We never know when we're going to do things. We're always doing random stuff here in LA. Make sure to leave good comments and say hello to Eric and Knock out there. And most importantly, see you next time and be excellent to each other. Check y'all later.